Hi, y'all. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. My name is Amira, and today, guys, I have a couple of palettes that I am going to be playing with for you today. I don't think I've done a video like this in a really long time, if at all. I can't remember, but I'm going to be doing multiple palettes, multiple looks. We're going to see how my eyes do. This is going to be a journey both for you and me. Let's get into it. All right, gang, so the first palette that we're going to be doing a look with, and I'm very excited to show this to you, is this one right here. This is Agate Temptation from Singe Beauty, and I received this when I was in Destin, Florida for Creators and Friends. This was sort of premiered, debuted for us at a dinner for Singe Beauty, celebrating the relaunch of this palette. If you don't know anything about this company, the company's name is Singe Beauty. It is owned by Angelica Nyquist, who is, a legend in the beauty sphere, as far as I'm concerned. And specifically the indie beauty sphere. Like if you're into indie makeup then and you don't watch it, Angie, what are you doing? What are you doing? So we got to have first dibs on this, and I'm going to show it to you because it is, let me take the film off so it's not reflecting. I mean, this is a palette that, and the thing is that I don't wear colors like this that much anymore because I don't wear a lot of eyeshadow anymore, only because of like my work schedule. But this is a color story, guys, that like I can get down with. Like I can get down with this. So I was really excited to get a chance to try this, and I haven't had a chance to really sit down and play with this. So this is literally a first impressions. I don't think I've even swatched it. Like I didn't even touch mine. I was like, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. So it is brand spanking new. Only thing I've done with this palette is take pictures of it. That's it. It's so pretty. And yeah, so we're going to be doing a look with this. And then also I have another palette that I'm going to show you, but we'll get into that one later. So let me zoom you guys in, get you nice up close and personal, and we'll get started. I'm debating if I want to do both eyes. I'm going to do the first eye. I'm going to let life unfold for me. And I'm going to say this, I'm working with the dregs of my makeup brushes because, like I said, I just got back from Destin on Sunday of this week, and I have not washed any of my brushes. And I tend to like to wash my brushes before a trip and after a trip, just for like bacteria and things like that. I just prefer to do that. So I don't want to use any of those brushes. So I'm kind of using what I've have in my, and don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm hurting for brushes here. Like I'm not, but I don't have some of my my go-tos. So we're going to be using a Rougher 15, which is a go-to, but this one is not quite as clean as I would like it to be. We're going to ignore that. So I'm going to start off. I really want to use this shade here called Chalcedony. It is like this mint green shade. So I really want to do something with that. And so what I think I'm going to do, actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to go in with a Sonia G Crease Pro, which is a little bit smaller. And I'm going to dip this brush into, yeah, I think we are going to do both. And I want to just do a cute little look. Everyone has been doing looks with this palette. If you've been on looking at videos, I'm sure like there are quite a few videos from people who were also on the trip, who received this palette as well. And this is the shade that has really, let me see if I can zoom you guys in even more. Yeah, there we go. And it's usually not, these type of shades usually don't do much for me, but I just want to play with it. I mean, look at this. How stunning is this? All right. Now I'm going to go into the shade, and I'm going to now take that. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to take a Rougher 14, and I'm going to dip into this shade Metaphoric, which is this shade here. I have never used any of, I know Singe had their first palette. I believe it was Galactic. What is the name of that palette? Yes, Galactic Visitor. I was like, it's Galactic something V. Galactic Visitor. Oh, this is blending so nicely. Okay. 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 I'm sorry, I was kind of a little speechless because I'm looking at these colors. First of all, this comes with a really nice mirror, like a really nice mirror. The mirror is, I don't want to blind you, so I'm not gonna like show it dead on, but it's a nice mirror. So I like when I get to use the palettes mirror because my mirror is kind of janky. I dropped it, but my mirror's one of those mirrors that's supposed to like light up. Like you put batteries in it and it can light up. And I, very early on after purchasing it, dropped it. And so that part doesn't work anymore. And the back of it cracked, so I don't have the back to put on. So when I lift it up and you see like my little janky like little desk mirror, that's why, because I ruined it very early on. And I haven't felt the need to replace it because it still works. It's still a mirror, you know. I didn't crack the glass, the actual mirror. I just cracked the back. This is okay. Okay. That's stunning. All right, so now I'm gonna go into, I think I'm gonna go into Dendritic, which is this deep, deep brown. And I think for that one, I need to find a Refer 13. I don't know if I have one in here. Hello? Okay, yes, I have one. It's not clean, but we're gonna make it work. So this is that deep, deep brown. And we're just applying that in the outer corner to deepen this up. Yeah. Just what I wanted, just what I needed. Give me. That's all I wanted. Like, I didn't want a lot, but look how pretty that layers so nicely. Okay, Angie, I see what you're putting down, girl. Like I said, this is my first time trying her Singe Beauty's eyeshadow formula. And I'm impressed, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. Like, it's Angie. I don't see her coming out with something whack. I'm sorry. I just like I would be more shocked if it was whack than I'm shocked by it being good. You know, I'm just going in again with Metamorphic just to kind of blend those edges out and lift it a little bit. So now as you can see, I'm bringing it a little bit higher up. Just a little bit like so. All right, and now I'm deciding on what shimmer I want to put on the lid. So this is translucent, which is like this really, again, translucent shade, super pretty, but we have the shade Quartz, which I love as well. But we also have this shade, Silica. Ooh, Silica, Silica might be that girl, y'all. I think it's gonna be Silica. I think it's gonna be Silica. So let me grab one of my 21s, which the ones in my here are not clean, so we're gonna make it work though. You know how it is. Give me a second. Let me see what I can do with this. Let's wipe it off. Oop. Okay, that'll do. All right, gang. So we're gonna use this Refer 15 or Refer 21, I'm sorry, that I have cleaned. Oh, we also have the shade Gilded, but I don't want to do gold. I feel like gold, I kind of want to keep this part warm and this part kind of cool. So we're going to go into Silica, which is this shade here. And it is so stunning. So we're going to go into that. I am going to wet my brush, but let me pick up enough on that. It's very creamy, like it's picking up nicely. I'm going to wet my brush. And we're going to apply that to the lid here. Like literally in the center right there. And then I'm going to go over the mattes to just kind of help blend that out a bit more. I haven't done anything like this fun in a minute, I have to say. This is exciting to me because I don't get to play with eyeshadows that much anymore, guys, just in my everyday life. Not in like, you know, on camera, sure, but I've been kind of in an eyeshadow slump, I would guess you could say. In the sense that it hasn't been something that I've been super excited about or buy because I just haven't been. I kind of go through phases. I'm going back into Chalcedony and I'm just going to use that to help blend the edges out on this inner part here, or outer part of the inner part, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to go back into Metamorphic and I'm just going to use that here to kind of help bring those two together. How pretty is that? I'm very happy with that. Now let's do the lower lash line. So this is where things are going to get tricky because I don't know if I have a brush for the... Oh, I have this one. We can use this one. It's not clean, but we're going to make it work. So this is one of my mini brushes from Singe G. This is from the travel set. This is the flat definer. And I think for this, I'm going to go into... I think I'm going to go into Metamorphic again. If on the outer corner, I'm going to use another shade, and you'll see it in a mo, but I'm going to use this shade here. Like that, because I do want to keep this relatively cohesive because I really like the color story, but I want it to be interesting, but I want to keep the colors relatively simple together. So now we're going into Chalcedony, and I'm going to take that all the way around. I'm literally going to wrap it around to my lower lash line. Like that. This is so pretty. OMG. OMG, how pretty is that? Guys, I'm kind of in love with my eyes right now. Then I'm going to take a little bit of this shade Translucent. I'm still going to use the flat definer. I'm going to dip into that. And then I'm going to wet my brush. Don't know if I actually wet it, but yeah, I did. Okay. And we're just going to take a little bit of that just in the outer corner just to give a little bit more, just a little more oomph. I mean, guys. I think I want to put eyeliner on. Do you think I should do eyeliner or should I just leave it? I think I'm going to do... I have an eyeliner that I think I want to use. I'm going to grab a couple of them because I'm going to do another look with this and with this palette, and I want to play with some eyeliners. Let's have a little fun. Let's dig in and just have some fun. I'll be back. All right, guys. I have a really old ColourPop cream gel liner that I haven't used in ages, and this is the shade Zulu, which looks like this. I'm going to put that in my waterline here. Ooh, that's pretty. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and put mascara on because I do want to see what this looks like with mascara. You know, I mean, like I have to do mascara, right? All right, let's do it. At least on the upper lashes. I'm not going to do it on the lower lashes, I don't think, because I don't feel like taking it off the lower lashes. But we're just going to put a little bit on. If you want to know what mascara I'm using, it will be in the description box down below. They are affiliate links, so if you use the link, I will get a small commission. And if you choose to use my link, thank you. And if you choose not to, that's fine as well. Thank you for checking it out. All right. So... here's the look, guys. Okay, you can't tell me nothing. Why am I so cute? I mean, how stunning is this look? Really, guys, seriously. This is lit. That's all I have to say to that. But yeah, let's get into the next look. All right, gang, I am back. I have removed that eye look, which I have to say I was a little sad about because I loved it so much. I also took some pictures for the gram because, you know, have to. So now let's do a second look. And I kind of know what I want to do. I kind of know where I want to go with this, but we're gonna see. So first off, I need to wipe off some brushes because again, we're working on, you know, we're dealing with a limited supply here. But I think I want to play with, the brown again, but I want to work in this, I don't know if it's agates or achates, I don't know. This yellowy tone, I'm going to do something with that and then something with the green as well. Maybe this green here, that green right there. I think I'm going to do something with that. So we're going to see how this works, okay? So let's get started. So first off, I think I'm going to go in with Metamorphic again. Actually, no, I changed my mind. I'm not going on with Metamorphic. I'm going to go in with the shade that I can't pronounce. Either it's achates or agates. I don't know. But I want to see how this works on my skin tone, because these types of tones oftentimes, because I have a yellow, I have a slightly golden undertone in my skin. And let me zoom you guys back in. These shades sometimes won't show up on me. So I just want to see how well it shows up on me. And it's showing up pretty freaking well, I have to say. So I want to go in with this first and really like work that into my crease. Really see how this, and I'm using a rougher 14 for this, which is a really great blending brush, especially if you have hooded or slightly hooded eyes like I do. It can really help with that. So nice. Okay. So as you can see in me, it's like in the pan as well, it's like a mustard. Let me do this so you can kind of see it a little bit better, but it's kind of like a mustard tone. These tones on me always read just slightly darker than they do in the pan, and that's just because of my own skin tone. But what I'm loving is that it's actually showing up on me. That was the test. That's why I'm like, you know what, actually let's go in with this so that I can really see how it works on its own. As you can see, I'm just blending it, and I'm really going so slowly. For me is that I'm trying to build it up a bit. I'm going to try and bring it up a little bit higher on the brow bone, which I do because I do have slightly hooded eyes. So if I want shades to really show and to really be visible when my eyes are completely open and I'm staring straight on, I bring them slightly above or right to my brow bone, which is here, not here. Mine is here. So that's why I'm slowly just like building this up and blending it up, and away. That's beautiful. All right, I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with my rougher 13, which is slightly smaller, and now we're gonna go into Metamorphic. And I just want to see how this blends with this. I picked. Oh, that's not what I was trying to go into. I went into the red next to it. Whoo, child. We're gonna do something with that, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm really feeling this brown and yellow, which is such a classic combination. It's also classic Angie as well. Like, she loves brown and yellow together. So do I. I just think they're like natural born partners. Like brown and yellow, it's like peanut butter and jelly, you know? All right, so that's just a little bit of Metamorphic, and now I'm gonna use the same exact brush because it's a little bitty blush, and I'm gonna go back into Dendritic. I had to look at it again. I'm like, ooh, and just add a little bit of that on the outer corner, again to just give some depth to this look. As you can see, just a little bit, not a lot. I love this brush. If you have hooded eyes, also if you are someone who struggles with deeper shades and you want something that gives you a little bit more control, this is a really good brush for that. It's my like go-to outer corner brush. All right, so that's done. Beautiful, stunning, love it. So now the question is, what do I want to do? Do I want to use this gold, which I think is kind of like obvi, maybe too obvi, or do I want to use the green, or do I want to use the red? I kind of want to use the gold. Oh, we also have this one, Quartz. So you see what I'm working with here, guys? Stunning. I don't know. I think I want to do something that's a bit opposite of what is expected. So I think I kind of want to do crystallized. I think I'm going to go in with crystallized. And we'll do something a bit more predictable on the lower lash line. But I just kind of want a color that's like a bit different from the color that, like, I feel like with a look like this, gold would be the obvious choice, and I don't want to do the obvious choice. So I think it's going to be crystallized. See that shift? It's so pretty. I think I'm going to do crystallized. If I don't like it, I can go over with a different shade, but I think it'll work fine. So I'm going to wet my brush. So it's crystallized. You see how green that is? So pretty. But it's going on. Oh, it's a, oh, okay. I see. Look at that. It's going on like a duochrome. Because on the pan, in the pan, it looks quite green. And I thought, I was like, oh, I'm going to be doing a color that's, oh, I really like that. But in certain lights, it'll look green. Oh, I love that. I like this color even more now. Because I was like, oh, it's green. It's pretty. But it's not like a green, you know, like it's a shifty green, so you can have a little bit more. I love shades like this. OMG, I'm in love with this shade. OMG, I love you even more than I thought I would. You're giving me so much here, so much. Oh, that's stunning. I gotta, all right. Oh, okay. All right, guys, so for the lower lash line, I think I want to do some of the greens. What do you think? I think the greens would be really pretty with this. So I think we're going to do green. I'm going to grab 2 brushes. Hopefully they're clean. They're not, but, you know, girl can wish. So I'm going to grab the brush that I used earlier, but I'm also going to grab this Rephr 3 brush as well. And I'm actually going to start off with this one. So I think I'm going to go in with, we have these 2 beautiful like greens. We have Geode, which is like a green, and then we have Plume, which is like almost like a teal green. But then we also have Moss and Slice. So I think I actually want to go in with Slice first on the lower lash line. So pretty. Oh, I really like that. I'm really enjoying this palette, I have to say, because I'm already looking at it and I'm already thinking of a million other looks that I would like to try. And the thing is, I don't generally get that with a lot of palettes nowadays. Like, I don't know about the rest of you, but I, for a long time, have had palette fatigue. And I just wanted stuff that was easy to throw on and kind of like go about my day. I'm now going to take a little bit of Moss, which is the slightly lighter shade, more limey green. Or not limey green, it's mossy because it's called Moss. And as a result, I just was like, I just want something easy to throw on and I don't have to think about, because I don't really, like, I'm not really in the mood. But this palette, I have to say, has been really inspiring me. And when you've been doing makeup for as long as I have, and been into makeup as long as I have been into makeup, like I really got into makeup in, like, I want to say, like, as far as like paying attention to makeup and purchasing makeup, I want to say 2014, you know, and that was really at the height of like the boom, like 14, 15, 16. That's really when I got into it. I'm even going to take the shade Bandit, which is this lime green, and I'm going to put this right in my outer corner. Like that. But, oh, I love this so much. I haven't had a lot of palettes that have like really hit that spot of like wanting to pull that palette out and wanting to play with it and wanting to wear bright colors, wanting to have fun with things like that in a really long time. And I'm really feeling that with this palette. I love this look. I kept my mascara on to the best of my ability, so I kind of like cleaned my eyes off around it, so it actually stayed on, which is pretty good. I do want to put something in my lower lash line, and I had grabbed like an orange shade, like this is Too Faced Killer Liner in Killer Gingerbread, which is pretty, and I'll show you what it looks like on my hand. So it's this really pretty orange, which I think is pretty, but I'm wondering if like a lime green or some kind of other tone, and I don't even know if I have a lime green still. I used to, but I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff because I just wasn't using it and it was expiring and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna see if I have a lime green. If I don't, we'll use this one, but I just want to see if I have one. Give me a second. All right, guys, I don't have a lime green, but you know what I do have? I have another Too Faced Killer Liner in Killer Camo, which looks, and I'll swatch it on my hand for you, like that, and I think that's perfect. So I'm gonna use that in my lower lash line. Very nice. Yes, love it. Oh. All right, guys, I'm gonna zoom you out a little bit. This is the finished look. How pretty is this? I'm in love. I'm in love. So yeah, yeah. Again, you can't tell me nothing. Like, keep it to yourself. I don't want to hear it. All right, everyone. So I have removed those shadows. My eyes are starting to get irritated, and I knew they would. The way my eyes are set up, I cannot usually do multiple looks at a time. So that's why the way my eyes are set up, they're starting to get irritated. But we're still gonna do 2 looks with the next palette. It's just gonna be one on either eye because your girl's eyes are not happy with her right now. So the next palette that we are going to be doing a look with, and this has been revealed, I believe, as of now, and I'm going to take it out of the box, is this bad boy here, guys. This is the Nomad Route 66 palette. I believe this is coming out next week, but let me double check. I don't want to give bad information, so let me double check. Yes, I was right. So because I know Nomad usually launches on Tuesdays, so it is coming out next Tuesday, May 6th, at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let me show you the inside of the palette, of course. She looks like this. How pretty is she? She's very colorful. I already know that I want to play with some of these metallics, like this shade Winslow is calling my name. Gateway Arch is calling my name. But I also want to test out some of these neutral mattes because I have to say I wasn't a huge fan of the neutral mattes in the Fairy Tale Europe palette. So I just want to see if I'm going to like these more than those. I just found those to be a bit chalky on my skin tone. And I think they probably were probably chunky or chalky, excuse me, chalky on skin tones that were deeper than mine. So I just want to see, I want to play with these and see what they feel like on my eyes. So let's get started. You know the drill, y'all. My brushes on my brushes. I'm not even gonna say anything else. We're like fourth look in. We're just gonna keep it pushing. So first up, I'm gonna go into my crease with this shade Go West, which is this one here. This also has a beautiful mirror in it. So I'm gonna do that on this eye, and I'm gonna do a colorful look on the other eye, but I want to do a neutrally toned look on this eye because this is kind of my bread and butter. And let me zoom you guys in some more. This is kind of my bread and butter. This is kind of what I do in my real life. So I want to make sure that I'm like, you know, doing a look that I would actually wear. Like on a day-to-day basis, you know, if I was to reach for a palette, as well as a look that's fun and different and, you know, all that good stuff. I could have gone in with Gemini Giant, which I love because Gemini Giant, and it looks a little bit lighter on camera. I'm gonna pull it back so you guys can see if it's gonna show a little bit deeper. So Gemini Giant, first of all, I'm a Gemini. Second of all, Gemini Giant, the imprint is, I don't know if it's gonna show, is the state of Illinois, which is where I live. So I'm probably gonna use that like maybe like on the lower lash line or something. But when I saw that, I was like, those are the things that excite me. I admit it doesn't take a lot, but those types of things definitely do excite me when I see like my home state being represented. You know, I'm like, hey. So let me grab. I'm trying to see if I have a Refer 14 still. Yes, I do in front of me. Yes, I do. Let's clean her off. She's struggling, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. You hear that noise? That's me cleaning her off. All right, so now I'm gonna go into On the Road again, which is like this sort of like slightly cooler toned brown here, and I'm layering this over Go West. And I think I want to do something kind of princessy. So this is layering fairly nicely. I do feel like I'm getting a little bit of a patch here, but also I've been wearing like, this is the third look I've done on this eye. So if my eyes are a little bit tired and this stuff is not sticking properly, it probably has nothing to do with the shadow and everything to do with my eyes. Because this is basically this is why I have to stop at a certain point, because my skin, the way my skin is set up, the way my eyes are set up, my skin just stops wanting to. But yeah, it's still, as you can see, it's pretty patchy right there. But again, I think that's my eye and not the shadow. I'm going to go in with a 13 and just see if I can pack that and kind of blend that out a little bit more. And also I can just cover that up with shimmer. So we're going to try and cover that up with some shimmer. So I'm going to go in with Winslow now. And where did I put mine? There it is. Do I have another 21 in here? Hold one moment, please. Another Rephr 21 is also not clean, but it's better than the other one, which has a lot of like that shimmer. So I don't want to like mix the two. So I'm going to take Winslow, which is that taupey shade. And I'm going to wet my brush. We're going to go over the lid with this. This is super pretty. I like that this is kind of like almost corally in its tone. How pretty is that? And now I'm going to take the Rephr 13 and I'm going to go into Cadillac Ranch, which is that super dark shade. And I'm going to apply that on the outer corner to just kind of help blend that little spot out that I had that was looking a little patchy. Oh, that helped a little bit. Yeah. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. So now that I have, what is this shade called? Winslow on the lid, I think I want to take, go on the road again, excuse me, on the road again one more time. And I'm going to take that on my lower lash line. And if I can find the brush that I used for that, it's on this table somewhere. Give me a second. Hello? Hello? And I'm really smoking that out as much as I absolutely can. Very pretty. And then I'm going to take this shade here. I like this shade. This is Gateway Arch, but it's quite, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost silvery in tone. You see that? It's very like icy. I want to do something with this. So I think I'm going to take this shade and I'm going to put it on my inner corner and maybe wrap it around. We'll see if it wants to wrap around the way I want it to. Let's see. So I'm dipping into that. Oh, it's quite flaky. When I picked it up, it's quite, I will say this, I'll show you guys. It's quite flaky when I picked it up. Like when I dipped my brush in it, as you can see, a lot of the product picked up. So you don't have to be harsh with this. It will pick up, but it is flaky. So I will say use glitter glue or, you know, spray your brush because it's going to get everywhere because it's quite flaky. So I'm taking that and I'm putting that in my outer corner here. This is reading quite, oh, that's quite chunky. Hold on a sec. I'm trying to like pick more up without picking too much up. There we go. Okay. So I'm taking what was on my brush and what was on my inner corner because it kind of like globbed into the inner corner, and I just kind of like am blending this up and out a bit like so. Oh, I like that a lot. And I just bringing that into, as you can see here, I'm bringing that kind of closer to the inner part of my lid, but not to the center completely. And then I'm going to take my 21 again, and I'm going to take, did I grab the right 21? Yes, I did. Okay. I'm going to take Winslow again and just go over so that it blends nicely. That's super pretty. I really like that. Hello, who is she? So stunning. Love that for me. And I think I don't think I need anything else, but what I will do just to see how this plays, I'm going to grab this Worker Pro. Singe Worker Pro, and I'm dipping into Gemini Giant, which is that peachy tone, and I'm just going to take that along the edges here to blend out these edges and to bring, oop, wrong shade, and to bring some color up into the closer to the brow line. Super soft, as you can see, nothing like massive going on here, and I'm okay with that. But isn't that pretty? Oh, I like that a lot. That's such a pretty shade. And so, I mean, like the peachy. And I used a little. I didn't use a ton because I'm not trying to get a ton on my brush and on my brow bone per se. But I also want to make sure I'm playing with all the space that I have available to me. That's really pretty. I think, and if you wanted to make it more dramatic, you could definitely take like these deeper shades and like bring them up. I'm trying to keep it a little bit softer, like still dramatic, but kind of soft. And I'm really happy with how that turned out. That's so pretty. Okay, so this is the first look with Route 66. I'm very happy with it. What do you think? What do you think? Very happy. I'm gonna put a little bit more mascara on. I'm gonna put some on my lower lash line. Since these are my last two looks, I can kind of go ham with that. I'm gonna put a little bit more on. I've been cheating by not putting any on my lower lash line so I don't like completely ruin my makeup, but you know how it is. Or you don't. I don't know. I don't know if you know how it is. So this is the finished look with the first eye look finished. I'm very happy with that. That's basically what I was going for. I wanted to do something soft with this because this is a really colorful palette. And one thing I like to do is with palettes like this is try to find a way to make them, if you're someone who likes color but isn't like these shades are not the shades you're going to be reaching for all the time, you have to find something else in the palette that can work for you. And I feel like this is a look that I would wear to work easily, like no problem. Like I would wear this today to work with no problem. I don't work today, but you know what I mean. For example. All right, finished look. Very cute. So let's get into the second look. And I don't know what I want to do, guys. I think I want to use these greens here. I think I want to use these greens. I'm going to do a green look, and I'm going to do something somewhat similar to what I did with the Singe palette, but not. You'll see. You'll see my vision. So I'm going to go in with Main Street America, which is this seafoamy green. I feel like I'm in a seafoamy green phase that has been triggered by the Singe palette. And so now I'm like, yeah. So I'm going to do a similar look, but not similar, but not the same. And you can see that this one is a bit more, it's a bit more muted in tone and a little bit more blue. Can you see that? So this is like a slightly deeper seafoam. Very pretty. All right. And then we're going to take this shade Scenic Byway, which is this green here. And I'm going to dip into that. And I'm going to put that on my outer corner here. We're going to kind of, and again, my eyes are not happy. I'm getting little patches here. You can kind of see it there. And again, guys, I think this is me. This is not the palette. I've never had an issue blending Nomad mattes. The only issue, I think the only palette that I ever had issues with the mattes was the Fairy Tale Princess, and that was more the tone, not the formulation. So yeah, so that is definitely me. And this is one of the reasons why I don't generally do videos like this, because my eyes start to rebel after a little while, and I have to fight them to get my makeup to look good, which I hate. So I'm taking this up a little bit further. As you can see, that is, oh, that's a beautiful shade. This is, again, this is Scenic Byway. Look at this tone. Oh, she pretty. She real pretty. Okay. I love it. I love it. How stunning is that? Okay. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so now we're going to go into, and I need a slightly smaller brush. I need my rougher 13. Hello. There you are. She's been through a lot, but she's chugging along. She's chugging along. She'll be all right. I'm about to wash my brushes after this. Maybe. I'm tired. Maybe not. We'll see. She's going to get washed this weekend. So I'm going to go into this shade here called Blue Whale. And one thing I will say is the shades are looking quite bright on my screen, like in my monitor. But the tones here, they're bright, but they're slightly, and you can see it here and here, they're slightly more muted. So this one is bright, but it's got a little bit of dirt thrown on it, which I enjoy. So I'm going to take that shade, Blue Whale, and I'm just literally putting that on my outer corner. And this again will help with any patches that I have here, because I do have some from my eyelid rebellion. That's so pretty. And this is really just deepening this up. You can kind of see it here. It's just giving it a little bit of something. And I'm still going to take, where is that brush? I'm still going to take Scenic Byway. And I'm going to go over the edges here and just bring that up a little bit more. And I'm going really softly with that because I'm not trying to actually like add more pigment per se. I'm just trying to like diffuse it up a little bit higher. So that's done. I'm going to take a little bit more of, where did I do with that brush? There it is. I have so many brushes in front of me right now and I'm like, ugh. And I'm literally just packing that there. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to take this shade here that I think is so pretty. And this is called Marsh Bridge, which is this sort of like icy, like blue-green shade. I'm going to take that and put that on the center of the lid because I think it's going to be so pretty. So I'm going to take that. This one is a bit smoother than Gateway Arch. It's not as flaky and chunky and how it picks up, but it is picking up on the brush. It's quite smooth. So I'm going to spray my brush. And I'm going to apply that to the center of my lid like so. And I'm going to bring it up because I left a little bit of space. If you saw there, it's this is kind of like doing a bit of a halo eye. I wasn't like going for a halo eye, but that's kind of what this turned into. But I'm probably going to close that a little bit with a little bit of Scenic, what's it called? Scenic Byway. Yeah. Okay. Very pretty. All right, so now we're going to take, I think I actually am going to take the first shade Main Street America and just kind of take that over. Yeah, I like that a little bit better because I'd rather take the lighter tone than the darker toned over. That is so pretty. Look at that. I love it. Okay. And then what I'm going to do now, what I'm going to do is I want to play with this gold and this green. But I don't know if these are going to work together. You think that's going to work? I think it might work. We're going to try it. All right. So let's take my little pencil-y brush here that has been through so much. And we're going to take Bluewell, that really, really deep teal that I put on in the inner corner. I'm going to take that to the lower lash line here. Very pretty. I'm really flying by the seat of my pants today, and I'm actually enjoying that. I usually try not to do that because it can make filming very, like, I don't know, kind of stressful, you know? But I'm enjoying doing that. And so I'm thinking, I like this icy blue too. I'm wondering if I should do the blue. No, I'm going to do the green because it's different. We're going to do the green. So I'm going to take that on this same exact brush. Again, it's pretty smooth. Very similar to Marsh Bridge. So far of the shimmers that I've tried, Gateway Arch has been the chunkiest and the flakiest. Take that and I'm going to put this right here. Look how pretty that is. It's so like, oh, I really like that. Okay. And again, I'm not a blue eyeshadow girl so much anymore, guys. I have to say, I used to love blue eyeshadow, and now I just don't reach for it as much. I also want to take this Roy's Diner shade. I think I'm going to take Roy's Diner, and I'm going to use that in my outer corner. It's a matte, but I think I want a matte there. I have a shimmer in the other corner, and I think a matte here would be really pretty. Yeah, how pretty is that? So Roy's Diner, I'll show you guys what that one looks like, but it's like this really, like, it's like pastel, but not, but it's this shade here. It's like the most muted, dusky olive army green, like a desaturated army green. I really like this shade. It's so pretty. How pretty is that? So I'm going to take that same liner that I used earlier, this one here, because I think it will play really well with this, like this Roy's Diner shade and kind of anchor the look a bit by using this green. Or maybe I should do a teal. Should I do the teal or should I do the green? Maybe I'll do the teal. Let's try the teal and see if I like it. It's okay. It definitely does brighten up this part of it. I think I probably like the army green better, like IRL, you know? All right, let's put some mascara on. Let's fresh on the lower lash line and freshen up the top lashes. And then I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, guys, so the completed looks are done. I have to say I am partial to this eye, but this is just my wheelhouse. Now, this is an eye that I would get down with on a daily. This is for me, this is definitely like a filming eye, you know? I enjoyed this. I want to get more use out of it. I really want to do a look with this shade here, this Monger Moss. And honestly, hold on a second. Let's try something. We're gonna try something because I'm about to take these off anyway. And I've gotten my I think I got my pictures, like my thumbnail pictures. So I wanted to make sure that I got my thumbnail pictures before I changed anything. But let me get my Instagram pics. Hold on. All right, guys, so I want to take this shade, this red shade, Monger Moss, and I want to play with it. This one is quite firmly pressed. It's almost like creamy in the way that it's picking up on the brush. Ooh, that's pretty. Hot. Hot. All right, I'm going to spray my brush. Spray, spray. And I'm going to put this over this. I just want to see what this looks like. Like, why the hell not, you know? Ooh, that's pretty. That's pretty. And I really like it over Winslow because if you're worried about this being too much, you can just layer it over a more neutral tone and it will give it some, oh, hello, hello, hello. Again, you can't tell me anything. Like this entire day, I'm just like, don't talk to me. I mean, what do I need you to talk to me for? I don't. Can't tell me nothing. Keep it to yourself. This is so pretty. Okay, okay. This like really bumped. Like I would wear this. Like even this look, I would wear to work. It's a bit more intense than what I normally do on a day-to-day, but I would wear this. Very cool. Like about this is all I did was add that Monger Moss shade, this one, over Winslow. And I think this is really pretty layered over. I feel like this would be a bit sheer on its own. And you can even kind of see it's not super light, doesn't have a lot of body to it on its own. So I do think it's a shade you probably would need to layer. But I love the idea of layering over Winslow, which Winslow, and I'll swatch it on my finger for you too. I feel like Winslow has a bit more body to it. I don't even know if you can tell. I'm going to swatch them. So you can see this one feels a bit sheer while Winslow feels like it has a little bit more body. So having this underneath and then layering this over, it kind of gives this shade a little bit more body to work with so that you can really see it pop. I really, really like this. And I love how this completely changed, it like elevated the look instantly, you know, made it even more like glamorous in my opinion. And I really like that. And I would wear this. Like, I would wear this, like, right now to work. Like, if I were going to work, this is what I would wear. This is fun for me. I haven't worn blue eyeshadow like this. I don't generally wear blue eyeshadow out of the house that much anymore unless I'm filming because I just don't. It's, you know, it's not a shade. It's a shade that I used to love to play with, but it's not a shade that I really play with that much anymore, except when I'm filming videos for you guys, which is fun for me. Like, it's not say, like, oh, poo-poo blue. I'm just saying that blues and greens aren't like mossy greens I wear, but like bright greens and bright teal blues are not things that I really reach for in my day-to-day life. So this is fun for me to sit down and play with them with you guys and do something different than I normally do for my own like selfish personal reasons. It's fun for me. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think? So this is my first impressions of both of these palettes. So I literally sitting down here, and I don't normally do first impressions, but I wanted to do multiple looks for both of these palettes, and I knew that. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to do them on camera, and we're just going to discover together, you know? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Did you enjoy this video? I hope you did. I had so much fun filming it for you guys. My eyelids are kind of starting to get a little irritated. They're a little itchy. So that's my sign that I need to, like, bounce up off of this, you know, like, take this makeup off, moisturize my lids, and let my skin rest. My skin is like, please. I also did a blush swatching video before this, so my skin is like, you need to chill. I don't know who you think you are, but you ain't. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Do you enjoy these types of videos? Do you want to see me do more of these? Let me know. I'll have to plan around them a little bit, but you know, to make it happen, but I'd be willing to try it again. And also, just to give you some information, the Nomad palette launches Tuesday, May 6th at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have my code down below along with the link. It is a non-affiliated link, but it gets you some money off. And also for the Agate Temptation palette, that palette is set to launch sometime in May, I believe in mid-May. Once I have more information, I'll post it. I'll like edit the description box and add the date, and I'll of course keep you posted on Instagram as well, but we do not have an official launch date for that. Also for pricing, I know with the last palette that Singe did, their first palette, Galactic Visitor, I believe that one was $45. I don't know with this whole tariff situation, if that's going to change. We don't know. Angie doesn't know either. She was very, very transparent about that. This, you know, indie brands are really sort of flying by the seat of their pants because there's just not a lot of information available until the moment. So once I know, again, I will put that information in the description box for you. And I believe with the Route 66 palette, let me see what they say the pricing is. I'm assuming it's going to be the same price as their other palettes. But yeah, let me check. This palette's probably going to be between $49 and $59. That seems to be their range currently for this size palette. This is not a limited edition palette, guys. This is going to be a permanent edition palette, but they, you know, so if they sell out, don't panic. It will be restocked, but it is not a limited edition palette, okay? If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye now.